Why is it every time I see people, I see people on Instagram and they're like,
look, a summer sweater. Look, a summer cardigan.
Where do these people summer? Okay, I mean, really, like Antarctica? Sweater and summer should not ever be used in a sentence together. And crochet tops that are made to go over something. I barely want to put on one layer, and you're telling me I got to put on 2 layers? No, no. I did find one designer on Instagram recently, and when I saw her pattern, I commented. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so very much, because, and then I went on my whole little spiel, and she's like, I know exactly what you mean.
It's hot here too.
That's why all of my crochet tops are made to not need second layers. This story doesn't really put me in a good light, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because my children have been retelling this story for about a week. If this had happened to someone else, I would have found it as hysterical as they have, but it happened to me. So Monday, which was what was Monday? It was the last of July. So the last Monday in June, I had a doctor's appointment. Now the doctor's appointment was across the street from Hobby Lobby. And my husband had to take me to this appointment. I had to have an MRI, and I'm very claustrophobic. So my doctor prescribes something to help me endure the MRI. Apparently, according to legend, folklore, if you will, after my MRI, I asked my husband to take me to Hobby Lobby. We walked into Hobby Lobby. Eventually, we left Hobby Lobby. We came home, and I took a nap. And when I woke up, there was all this yarn. And I was so excited. My husband had gone to Hobby Lobby and bought me yarn. I was so excited. I rushed and I went through all the bags, and I was like, oh, wow, he really knows me. Look, he got this. And it was all the clearance yarn. So I apparently have spoken enough to where he understands everything that is needed and everything that I would love. And I was just, I kissed him. I was so thankful. He was the best husband in the entire world. And then I took a nap. And when I woke up, there was all this yarn. It was the most beautiful yarn. It was soft. It was colorful, but they were my colors, definitely my taste. And again, they were all clearance yarn. I was like, this is the best husband y'all. He was the best husband in the world. So great. I was so incredibly proud of him. And I actually sat down and I was like, look, and I'm showing him and I'm showing my daughters, and it's like, this is great. He did such a great job. They kept laughing at my excitement, and I didn't quite understand why. And so apparently the effects of the medication that I was given for the MRI lasts a little while. It wasn't until, that was Monday that I went. I think Wednesday was when the truth came out. He could have kept all of those accolades, and I'm sure he's got them stored in his back pocket. But he could have just been like, yeah, I really am a good husband. And apparently, he really is, because you know how the medication says you should not operate heavy machinery? And what comes to mind usually? A car, a bulldozer. Apparently, it also includes a shopping buggy, because I could not operate my shopping buggy. I feel like maybe the weight of the yarn was what was impeding my ability, but he says no. And also, it's a good thing he went into the store with me, because I would have either A, passed out and been robbed of the yarn that I hadn't paid for yet, or robbed of my money, so I could not have been able to pay for the yarn. And I said, what would you have done if they'd have called you and said,
"Sir, your wife has passed out in the..."
He said,
I would have left home and come back to get you.
So he could have actually left me in the store in my condition and gone home. We don't live far away, but it's far enough. Needless to say, he did a really good job. I'm sorry, I did a really good job. I picked really good yarn. It was soft. I was impressed. I'm using some of it now. That is my story. I don't remember any of it, y'all. I remember taking the medication at the doctor's office. I remember going into the MRI machine, sorta. Apparently I snored, which that's embarrassing. And again, it was like 2 days later before I was aware of my surroundings. I mean, like, I literally cannot remember Monday afternoon, evening, Tuesday at all. Did you enjoy story time, boys and girls?